A lot of those scenes were either in the head of the character, of Tom's character in Eyes Wide Shut. So he was trying to formulate a whole different, it was almost like a dreamscape.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Guys, I love this movie so much. Seriously, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you. It makes my job so much easier.
Thank you for taking the time.
Of course, thank you. Ms. Kidman, I'm going to start with you. You've been adamant about and committed
call
to...
me Nicole.
Nicole. My southern mother would
Nick.
kill me, but okay.
Nick.
If you give me...
I never got to call you Nick. That's a new one.
No, I'm only letting him call me Nick.
My good, close personal friend, Nick. You've been really adamant about and dedicated to working with female directors recently in your career. And I'm really curious about the difference that makes in terms of your experience as an actor. So I'm curious in regards to filming moments of intimacy like you do in this film, what was the difference between your experience on this movie working with the incredible Helena and your experience working with Stanley Kubrick 25 years ago on Eyes Wide Shut?
Well, actually, it was very safe with me with Stanley. So it was obviously I was playing, a lot of those scenes were either in the head of the character, of Tom's character in Eyes Wide Shut. So he was trying to formulate a whole different, it was almost like a dreamscape in Eyes Wide Shut. Whereas this, we're dealing with reality. And I think both just very different, both safe. Both fantastic. And it was just, I think, the roles, primarily if you get a great role and you have the right person at the helm, then you will be able to open up. This was very much Helena's story. She wrote it. It's her voice, and it's very distinctive to her.
Helena, I got to tell you, you were one of my favorite screenwriters. And if you allow me to geek out for a second, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is also an absolute masterpiece. So sorry for geeking out on you, but I just had to tell you that.
Wow.
I feel like the sign of a great movie is when it's over, I'm left there wondering as the credits are rolling, well, what's going to happen with these characters? Like, I have to know what happens the rest of their lives. And I'm genuinely curious, as a writer and a director, as the actors bringing them to life, are those conversations that you had? Do you ever pause and go, where do they go from there? Or for you, does it end the last time you hear cut?
No, I do think it's important to sort of know where they are going in a way, even if it's just in a matter of like how do they end up at the end, and for Romy, for Nicole's character, I hope that she finds a little bit of freedom and that she loves herself a little bit more than she did in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And for Samuel, we were just talking about it actually. I mean, according to the story, he's in Japan, but we don't really know, is that the truth or not? Like.
Oftentimes, I feel like so much attention is paid for actors to the experience of shooting moments of intimacy. But whenever I've spoken with actors about it, the answer I often get is, listen, we're actors and we do what's on the page, and no matter what's there, you do it and you're a professional. I guess what I'm more interested in is that first time you're watching it, when you're going to a premiere and you don't really know what the shot's going to look like, you don't know how it's going to edit together. I'm curious what your first viewing experience is like for the moments of intimacy.
We watched it at Venice together with a big audience. That was interesting. Nice though, like good to feel the energy of the room.
Yes, it
A
was.
huge theater,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
It was really,
Yeah.
it was palpable. It was actually exciting. It was, it was confronting, but it was also, that's what you want as an actor. You want your film on a huge screen in a cinema full of people. That's like the best of the best. It's rare. So that was fantastic. But you're scared. I was scared. But I felt that we'd made something authentic and truthful and human and entertaining. We were hoping people would laugh as well, and they started to, and we were like, for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a relief more than anything when people react to it. And you've been saying this before, but I think all three of us really think that this movie, because it is a sexy movie, it's kind of like very entertaining to watch it in a group. And at times it's like a slightly bit uncomfortable, but then it becomes like so. And then there's the humor, so you can laugh together. And because we try to make a movie that's very human, hopefully it's very relatable. And up until now, I've sat through some screenings with large audiences, and it has been so much fun.
I was able to watch it with two of my best friends who live in my building with me, who are women, and we started watching it in silence. And by the end, we're just screaming and laughing and just so. I think it was exactly the reaction that you built the movie for. I really think you guys would have been very happy with our experience.
That's amazing.
You guys come on back anytime. Guys, I've got 1,000 more questions for you, but that's always a sign that you guys made a truly great movie. And I know you have a very busy day. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for taking the time. I really do appreciate you guys.
Thank you
for having us.
Thank you. That was really fun. Thank you.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.